Welcome back, everybody, to Chanhassen, Minnesota. As tonight on this Tuesday night, the Chanhassen girls play the St. Louis Park girls in this Metro West battle. The Storm coming in at the number 4 seed in the Metro West, and St. Louis Park coming off the 3 seed. Last game from the Storm was a wild one. They beat Kennedy. They just edged them out by 2 points, and they are without Callan Hake for the second game in a row after Callan suffered a concussion late in the game against Chaska last Tuesday. So hopefully she'll be back next week is what she is planning, as this is their only game of the week, as they are hosting, like I said, St. Louis Park. St. Louis Park coming in 7-5. The Storm coming in on 5-6. Like I said, coming off a win, and that helped because of Maddie Hicks, Mackenzie Sapp, and Lauren Arnold. Lauren Arnold had a career high of 14. Mackenzie Sapp had a career high of 17. And Maddie Hicks had a high of 15. Not a career high, not a season high. But a still great game from all three of them. And coming into the game, the Storm lost to St. Louis Park by 9 in St. Louis Park on January 29th. So the Storm looking to even the series for the regular season, while the boys are in St. Louis Park, and they are looking for the season sweep here tonight. I'm Owen Slindy on stats. We got a mixture of Tyler Potenza and Noah Slindy. Want to give a shout out to Noah Slindy. It's his birthday today, turning 14, the big 1-4. And then on production, we have Ryan Sammons. We'll be back in a minute for lineups.
The 12th season of Storm Girls Basketball. Tonight's game between the Chanhassen Storm and the visitors. Let's hear it for the St. Louis Park Orioles. Tonight's game is being played under the rules and policies of the Minnesota State High School League. We ask that all players, parents, fans, and officials demonstrate their best sportsmanship at all times. At Chanhassen High School, good sportsmanship is our standard. Let's continue the tradition of excellence. Thank you. Enjoy tonight's game. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a special week for students and teachers at Chanhassen High School as they return to the classroom and face-to-face learning with the exceptional teachers of Chanhassen High School. Tonight is Teacher Appreciation Night, and on behalf of the Chanhassen Storm's girls basketball team, we would like to recognize some of the teachers and staff for their dedication and support of the student athletes in our program. These teachers and staff, by special invitation of the students. As I call your name, teachers, please stand so that we can acknowledge you. First, as a special guest of Mackenzie Sapp, Maddie Hicks, and Macy Sweetser, let's hear it for Miss Mary Barrett. Special guest of Ella Brasstead, Mr. Timothy Block. Special guest of Kate Drury, Miss Rebecca Castanetto. As a special guest of Brookburg, Mr. Joe Coonan. Special guest of Taylor Lowry, Mr. James Fedge. As a special guest of Lauren Arnold, Mrs. Nancy Flaw. Special guest of Laura Jacobs, Miss Kaylee Golday. Special guest of Amani Sawyer, Mr. Derek Hager. A special guest of Senior Grace Clausen, Mr. Taylor Hamilton. A special guest of Lauren Murray, Miss Chris Lacey. A special guest of Avery Linder and Ella Kurzal, Profe Shannon Lebronovich. Special guest of Kareem Tolberg, Miss Anka Moise. Special guest of Calvin Hake, Miss Julie Meyer. Special guest of Natasha Garkey, Mr. Cullen Nelson. Special guest of Jesse Moss, Miss Natalia Sinjan. And a special guest of Elena Giles and Laura Soiber, Mr. Kyle Zigarlicki. Kyle, let's hear it for all of these teachers and staff, and thank them for the wonderful contribution they give to our student athletes. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you stand as you are able, face our nation's flag, as we remember the valiant men and women who have served our country in defense of our liberties and values. Let us also be mindful of those men and women around the globe who currently stand watch on those freedoms. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's see the starting lineups for tonight's game, beginning with the visitors from St. Louis Park. Here's the Orioles under head coach Arsenio Richardson, assisted by Chris Nordstrom. Starting at guard, sophomore number 3, Chantel Harden. Starting at guard, junior co-captain number 14, Ellie Austin. Starting at guard, junior number 20, CC Reese. Starting at forward, senior co-captain number 23, Reagan Alexander. And starting at guard, senior number 24, Tanae Griffin. Let's hear it for your Orioles. Now for your Chanhassen Storm. Under head coach Kayla Walsh, assisted by Haley Hughes. Starting at center, junior, number 40, Macy Sweetser. Starting at guard, freshman number 1, Lauren Arnold. Starting at guard, junior, co-captain, Maddie Hicks. Starting at guard, junior number 5, Mackenzie Sapp. And starting at guard, senior co-captain, number 10, Ellen Preston. Your Chanhassen Storm. The officials assigned to this game by Minnesota State.
We welcome back everybody to Tuesday Night Hoops here in Chanhassen, Minnesota. Starting lineup for the Storm: freshman Lauren Arnold, junior Maddie Hicks, junior Mackenzie Sapp, senior Ella Brasted, and junior Macy Sweetster. The Storm are without one of their biggest playmakers tonight, Callan Hake, averaging 23.2 points a game, so definitely a big part of this offense. But the Storm are starting out with a big defensive group, with Hicks and Arnold and Sapp bringing a lot of energy to the defensive side for the Storm. And Sapp coming off of a 17-point game in Kennedy, where she had 4 threes. So she was hot from beyond the arc. Sweetser loses the tip. Griffin to Alexander. Alexander drives on Sweetser, and a double dribble's called. So turnover right away by the Orioles. Orioles coming into the game right away with a press. It's a very light man press. But Hicks tonight is running point for the Storm with Hake out. Arnold driving. Takes a step back. Out to Sapp. Corner Hicks. She drives. Spin move. Jumper. No good. Defensive rebound. Alexander. She takes the stop and pop three. No good. Out of bounds on St. Louis Park. Storm ball. Alexander averaging 8.2 a game for the Orioles. As the Orioles start 0 for 1 from deep. Hicks driving, and another turnover. Or a turnover for Hicks, but then St. Louis Park stepped right out of bounds. So Storm will have the possession right back again. Hicks inbounds it to Brasted. Brasted gives it to Sapp. The three. Bang! There's Sapp, her first three of the night. First points of the night for either team, as a foul's called up on the opposite end. Two shots will be coming up. And the foul is on Mackenzie Sapp. It was a body foul, and Chantel Harden will shoot at the line. She makes her first. And second. Last game these two met January 29th. Storm only lost by 9. They were down 30, and it was a game of spurts. They were down 30 and then came back, and then the lead broadened for St. Louis Park, and then Storm eventually came back, but it came down to those final 3 free throws to push it out to a 9-point win for the Orioles. Sweetster down low gets it blocked by Alexander. Orioles now moving in transition. The three from Harden. Good! Harden, only a sophomore. She is averaging 11.3 a game, as Sweetster now will shoot 2 for the Storm, as she drew the foul on Reagan Alexander for the Orioles. Sweetster makes her first, as Giles will check in for Sapp. Sweetster makes the second. It's a 5-5 tie now. Griffin, the leading scorer for the Orioles at 11.4 a game. Orioles only averaging 57 games, or 57 points per game, as a charge is picked up by Arnold. What a draw there by Arnold. She'll get a free Gatorade at the next practice. Fouls on Tanae Griffin, so that's the Orioles' second. Griffin's first. Hicks drives, finds Sweetster, she goes up, layup no good. Off the iron. Orioles now moving in transition. The three, good! The junior, Ousted. Orioles 2 for 3 from beyond the arc here tonight already. Arnold kicks it out to Brasted for 3. No good. Just off the back iron. And the foul's called on Brasted, as Reese was going up for the layup. Reese will shoot 2. Reese misses her first, as Laube will check in for the first time tonight for Brasted. Misses her second, so 0 for 2 from the line as Sweetser gets the defensive rebound. Hicks drives, puts it up. Lot of contact there, no call, as she missed it. Oustad, the three, no good. Defensive rebound, Sweetser. Storm now moving in transition. Sweetser gets it up to Giles. Plays it back to Arnold. She hands it off to Hicks. Hicks, the three, off the back iron. And Harden is there for the rebound. Deep three ball by Griffin, no good. Defensive rebound, Giles. An assist there by Hicks. Finds Sweetser there. Good find there by Hicks. Griffin, floater, short, defensive rebound, Arnold. Arnold to Sweetser, Sweetser pump fake, drive, goes up, no good, defensive rebound, Reese. Finger roll layup by Alexander, good. For the Orioles, Orioles up 10-7, 5 minutes into this contest. Hicks, averaging 11.4 a game, finds Laube, puts a post move on Harden, gets it blocked, so stays Storm ball. Sapp, Sawyer, and Linder check in for Hicks, Arnold, and Sweetser. Sapp finds Linder, gets it out to Sawyer. Sawyer finds Linder down low, layup, good! Good find there by Sawyer as Linder was wide open down on the block. And a body's called on Sawyer, so the Orioles will inbound it from the side. Storm averaging 62 points a game. 5 more on average than the Orioles. This will be a good contest here tonight. Hopefully the Storm can move up in the rankings in the Metro West. Linder gets the steal for the Storms. Sawyer now running point. Finds Giles. Giles drives. Layup. Off the glass. Good! Another assist there for Sawyer. Storm take the 1-point lead. As Alexander had the wide open lane. She missed it, but Reese got the offensive board and put it back in. Drive by Sawyer, finger roll layup, and it falls in. Took a second to fall in, but eventually does. Schmitz to Alexander. To Hagdahl in the corner, no good. Defensive rebound, Sawyer. Three ball by Sapp. No good. Defensive rebound by Reese. And the wide open backdoor by Hagdahl. She gets the easy layup. Orioles are back up 1. Sawyer gets it ripped away by Harden. She plays it up to Reese, who gets the layup to drop. Storm down 3, 11 minutes to play. Giles, the pull-up jumper, good! Giles, 2 for 2 from the floor tonight, 4 points. Ties her career high and season high as the turnover by Lauby and a body foul is called on the Storm on Sawyer. So Hicks will check in for Sawyer for the Storm. So Hicks will return. We'll most likely see more of Sawyer tonight with the absence of Hake. Like I said tonight, the Storm boys are traveling to St. Louis Park. We'll get you updates throughout the game tonight. They're looking for the season sweep against the Orioles there. Defensive rebound by Giles off the miss from Hegdahl. Lauby finds Sapp to Hicks. Hicks at the volleyball line. Drives, step back, thought about it. And a turnover again by Lauby. And the layup missed by Ostad, and a foul is called on the play. And that will be on Ostad as she was trying to get her board. She could not, as Brasted checks in for Lauby for the Storm. Storm break the press easily. Sapp finds Brasted for 3. No good. Defensive rebound. Yarosh. Very fast-paced game here tonight in Chanhassen. Storm are down 1. Yarosh missed the wide-open layup. Defensive rebound by Linder. Brasted hands it off to Hicks. I'd like to see the Storm get it more down low, as it's been working for them tonight, as Linder steps out of bounds. Oriole ball. On Friday night, catch us at the Chaska Chan boys hockey game, as I'll be joined by Eric Krauscher. Catch that game at 7 here on Storm Athletics on YouTube. Griffin to Alexander. She drives. Nice steal there by Hicks. Giles goes up for the layup. No good, as it was contested by Yarosh. Griffin, the Euro step, good. Storm break the press. Sapp drives. Got it poked away, so she has to reset. Brasted back up to Sapp, who gets it to Hicks. Hicks drives, floater. No good, but she'll go to the line for 2. That fouls on Yarosh, so Hicks will shoot 2. Hicks makes her first as Linder checks out and Sweetser checks in for her. Hicks misses her second off the front iron. Pulled down by Harden. Harden to Griffin, back to Harden. The 3, no good, too strong. Goes off the glass, and a turnover by the Orioles. They already have 8 tonight. Despite that, Storm down 2. And the refs had to consult there after a little miscommunication there. Still Storm ball. Sapp finds Hicks, up to Brasted. Great ball movement by the Storm. Sweetser, jumper, too strong. Rebound, Giles. Giles to Brasted, the three, in and out. Offensive rebound, Hicks. The layup, no good. Offensive rebound, Brasted. Finally stolen away by the Orioles. Defensive rebound by Hicks. Loose ball on the ground. Picked up by Brasted. Finds Sapp. Layup. Good. The game. The three ball. No good. Rebound by Sweetster. Giles up to Sweetster. Jumper. Off the front iron. Defensive rebound, Alexander. No team has used a timeout tonight. Both teams at 4 fouls. 7:07 remaining in the half. Great defense there by Giles as she picks up the steal. She gets it down to Hicks. As Arnold checks in for Brasted. A traveling was called on the Orioles, so another turnover there. Storm need to connect on these open opportunities when they get the turnovers. Hicks drives, loses possession. Griffin picks up the loose ball. Griffin plays it up to Alexander. Layup good. Arnold drives, layup, off the glass, no good. Orioles just working around the arc. Alexander drives, layup good. As a timeout's taken by Coach Kayla Walsh. We'll be back in a minute. Coming out of the timeout. Miscommunication there by both referees. So they had to converse as Lauren Murray's in there for the Storm. And tipped out of bounds by the Orioles. So Lauren Murray checks in for Maddie Hicks. Brasted up to Arnold. Arnold goes up, no good. Arnold now shooting 2. She makes her first. Her first points on the night, coming off a career high on Friday. Arnold makes her second. Brings the Storm back within 2. 6 minutes remaining. Layup no good by Reese, but a foul's called on Lauren Murray. Reese makes her first. And second, back to a 4-point game. Arnold gets trapped in the corner, finds Brasted, head Sepp wide open, did not see her however. Sapp has it, lost her dribble. Throws it to Brasted, out of bounds, too high for her. Hicks returns for Sapp after the turnover by Sapp. Sorry folks, just getting word that the St. Louis Park stream has not started. So if or when it does start, we'll give you updates then. As Alexander gets the bucket, and the jump ball is called. I saw arm there. Ref did not. Alternating possession goes to the Storm as they're down 6, 5 minutes remaining in this first half of play. Hicks up to Arnold. She pulls up off the back iron. Defensive rebound by Reese. Reese, the sophomore, averaging just 6.8, has 6 tonight as Hicks gets the steal. She does a floater. Good. Hicks at 3 tonight. Deep ball by Griffin, no good. Defensive rebound, Sweetster. Arnold now. Loose ball picked up, taken away by the Orioles. And then is stolen away again by Hicks. Hicks picks up her dribble, poked away by Griffin, and she gets the easy layup. Sweetster, layup, no good. Would have been a great pass, would have been a great look there. Griffin's floater, no good. Defensive rebound, Brasted. Hicks now finds Murray down low. She goes up, layup good. Storm within 4. Griffin drives. Sorry, that was Alexander, and the foul's called on Sweetster. Calls on the arm. Alexander will shoot 2. Her first, good. Linder and Laube check in for Brasted and Sweetster. Second free throw good. Hicks tried to find Laube. SLP stepped out of bounds, so it will remain Storm ball. Arnold running point for the Storm. She finds Linder, who hands it off to Hicks. Storm down 6. Hicks up to Arnold, down to Lauby. Lauby hands it off to Murray, who gets it to Hicks. 3 ball, just off the mark. And a foul's called on Lauby. So SLP will be shooting 1-1 as Murray and Lauby check out and Sapp and Giles check in.
At the line shooting 1-1 is number 12, Colin Schmitz.
Schmitz first free throw good. So is her second, the largest lead tonight for the Orioles at 8. Hicks finds Giles. Back to Hicks. To Arnold. Shot no good. Out of bounds on Linder. Orioles ball. Storm cannot get a shot to drop right now. The bucket, there's a lid on that bucket right now. As the Storm are just getting outshot right now by the Orioles. 3 ball, no good. Defensive rebound, Hicks. Storm need a bucket here. Hicks finds Linder down low. She goes up, denied by Alexander. Alexander was just waiting there for her. As the Orioles now slow up their possession. Step back 3, no good again. Elena Giles with the defensive board. She gets it down to Arnold, who didn't have full possession. Lost it into Alexander's hands. Tipped pass means a turnover. And a foul's called on Hegdahl for the Orioles. So Storm 1 foul away from being in the bonus. The Orioles already in the bonus for the last minute and a half of this first half. So it's been a pretty clean game so far for both sides. Very fast paced. Arnold moving in transition. And Hicks gets called for the travel. I did not see anything there. Didn't look like she had full possession when, if they saw a travel. She was still regaining her possession when they called it. But another turnover on Hicks, her 6th tonight. Very uncharacteristic for Maddie Hicks. 3 ball, wide open, no good. Defensive rebound, Hicks. And a foul's called on to Ousted, so Hicks will shoot 1-1.
Also number 14, Ousted, that's her 2nd personal foul. At the line shooting 1 in the bonus is Maddie Hicks.
No one really in foul trouble either for both teams, as both teams don't really have many fouls. Hicks makes her first. And second. bringing it to a 6-point game. Yarosh bringing the ball up for the Orioles. Trapped in the corner. She threw it off of Sapp's legs. That was Hegdahl. That was trapped in the corner. Subs are called pretty much at the last minute for the Orioles. They get them on in time. So it is Orioles ball, 103 remaining in this first half of play. Yarosh gets it taken away by Giles. She goes up, and Elena Giles gets called for the charge. I did not see much there. Maybe they saw her lower the shoulder, but I didn't see much of anything. It was more of a flop there. Under a minute to play. Orioles just working their way around the perimeter. 3-ball. No good by Hardin. Defensive rebound by Brasted. Gets it up to Hicks. Tried to find Sapp, but poked away by Hardin as Hardin had the height advantage. And the layup good by Alexander. Alexander with 12 tonight after a 3-point performance on Friday night against Chaska. Hicks goes up and draws the and one. Great play there by the Storm Junior. So Hicks gets the bucket. Hicks makes it a 3-point play and a 5-point game. Hicks now at 8. Jump ball. Orioles ball. So assuming that there won't be another jump ball, that was a great play by Giles. So now the Storm can hopefully get the stop and then start with the ball at half, after half. Griffin inbounds it to Hegdahl. Hegdahl gets called. Hegdahl draws the body on Linder. It looked like a travel to me. Linder's feet were set. I did not see anything there. Hegdahl missed her first. Linder gets rebound. And Storm go into halftime down 5. They will receive the ball after half. And we just got word that the boys basketball team is not playing tonight. Don't really know why quite yet. But that was a good first half there for the Storm, both offensively and defensively. Little loose in the paint on the offense for a stretch there, or on the defense. But I'd like to see them pound it down to the paint in the offensive end as they try to close the gap. And coming into this game on the road, the Orioles have been pretty dominant, 5-3, and Storm are 2-4 at home, and then 1-2 in their section. But St. Louis Park has not played one team in their section, which was very interesting. And Chanhassen, they have played Wayzata, the very talented Wayzata team. They dropped to them by 30, I believe. But that was a good game for the Storm. And they have bounced back, and they're 5-5 in the last 10. And behind them in the standings for the Metro West Conference is BSM Kennedy and Jefferson. And like I said, they're coming off a 2-point win against Kennedy, so they have momentum right now, and I'd like to see them get another win here tonight. As like I said earlier in the broadcast, this is their solo game of the week. We'll be back in 8:30. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to the second half action of play. Storm trailing by 5. They will start with the ball. Throughout this, let's take a look back at the previous matchups. They started St. Louis Park and Chanhassen started this battle in the 2014-2015 season. Chan has swept since last season, since the 2018-2019 season. They tied the 2018-2019 season, got swept last year by the Orioles, and have lost. They have lost the last 3, but the Storm have a 9-4 record against them all time. So it's the same starting lineup for the Storm: Sapp, Hicks, Brasted, Arnold, and Sweetster. Storm looking to overcome a 5-point deficit, and I truly think they can. For the way, hopefully they can shoot a little hotter in the second half. Hicks calling out a play. Got it taken away by Griffin. Orioles moving in transition. Layup no good. Foul called on Sapp. I'm almost positive. Yep, it is Sapp. So Reese will shoot 2. Last time these two played, Reese had 14, has 7 tonight. Missed her second defensive rebound to Sweetster. Hicks to Sapp. Sapp loses her dribble. Finds Brasted. Brasted's jumper. No good. Brasted coming off a 1-point performance against Kennedy. As the floater is no good by Griffin. And then the jumper by Harden falls. Sapp moving in transition layup, no good. That was the left-handed layup, no good. Storm are down 8 now. Drive by Griffin, no good. And a technical is called by Griffin. Haven't seen one of those all year. So it just falls. It just goes as a foul, but Hicks will shoot 2. Makes her first. Makes her second. She's at 10 on the night, leading all Chan scorers. So now Storm will have the ball, and looking either to go with the rare 4-point or 5-point possession. Inbound to Arnold. Arnold drives. Gets it stripped away by Reese. The three ball by Austed. No good. Offensive rebound by Hegdahl. She goes up, gets fouled, and Brasta will get called for the foul. So 2 quick fouls early in this first half, or early in the second half. Hegdahl makes her first. Amani Sawyer checks back in for Arnold. Hegdahl's second good. Pushes this up to a 8-point lead again for the Orioles. Brasted finds her senior teammate, Sawyer. Hands it off to Hicks. who finds Sweetster down low. Post move. And right there for the block is Alexander. She's had a few of those tonight. She's just waiting for him. Hegdahl, the Euro step, and gets the toilet bowl to fall. Sweetster to Hicks. Storm down 10. Storm cannot have another empty possession here. Sweetster, jumper, no good, offensive board. Hicks gets it back out to Sweetster, second look, good! Great find there by Hicks. Hegdahl, another Euro step, but this time gets called for the travel. Giles and Linder check back in for the first time this second half for Sapp and Sweetster. Inbound goes to Giles. She finds Brasted, who goes up. Another tip block, another tip shot by Alexander. Finger roll layup by Reese, no good. Defensive rebound, Linder. Brasted out to Sawyer. Three ball, no good. Defensive rebound, Alexander. Hegdahl running point now for the Orioles. She finds Harden. To Reese. Down to Harden on the block. Scoop layup, no good. She gets her own miss. Misses it again, and Brasted finally comes down with the defensive board. Hicks. Drives out to Giles. She drives, finds Linder down low, no good, gets her own miss, goes back up, no good. Defensive rebound by Orioles. Alexander to Ousted. And a kick ball by Brasted, so it will remain St. Louis Park ball. Lauby now checks in for Brasted for the Storm. Inbounds pass good, but the shot does not fall. Giles has it. Layup, no good, no call. A lot of contact there. Coach Walsh not agreeing with the no call there. Three ball, good. Orioles just 3 for 15 from beyond the arc tonight. Lauby, layup, good. Looked like there was some more contact there, but the no call. That's Lauby's first points of the night. Storm down 9. 13-13 remaining. Three-pointer by Ousted, good. Back-to-back threes in the same spot for the Orioles. Lauby inbounds it to Hicks. Hicks gets it back to Lauby. Plays it back to Hicks. Storm need to get across. And the reach-in is called by Harden. That was pretty apparent there. If they didn't call that one, I don't know what they're calling. As Sapp checks in for Hicks for the Storm. Sapp inbounds it to Sawyer. Gets the screen from Lauby. Hands it off to Sapp. To Giles. Drives, goes up, no good. She'll shoot two as Harden picks up another foul. That'll be Harden's third. And looks like Reese will check in for Harden for the Orioles to save Harden. Giles misses her first. Yep, Reese checks in for Hardin. Giles second, no good. Storm down 12. Hegdahl thought about the three. And a foul's called. On Linder. Didn't see much there again. Ref who called it didn't really have a good angle at it. Call stands, however. Ball played in the corner. No good. And the and one drops for Alexander. She'll shoot her and one. And that's Linder's third now. So Sweetser will check in for her. Appreciate all of you guys watching right now. It's a great matchup here tonight. Storm have dropped now 14. Now 15. So this would be a good comeback if they manage it. Giles lost her possession. Gets it up to Lauby, who gets fouled hard by Reese, and she'll shoot two. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't for all Storm sports and upcoming spring sports also. Lauby's first, no good. And second drops. Great defense there by Sepp, stopping the possession, stopping the play develop. As Arnold now checks in for Giles. Arnold's got that lockdown defense. St. Louis Park slowing up play. Good no call there as Schmitz goes up. Moving in transition, Sapp missed her jumper. Offensive rebound by Sawyer. Sapp down to Lauby, to Sweetser who drives. Layup no good, but Sweetser steps out of bounds on the baseline, so a turnover. And SLP will regain possession. Good ball movement by St. Louis Park. Alexander, three ball, no good. Defensive rebound, Sawyer. Storm need a bucket here. Sawyer drives, layup, no good. Offensive rebound, Lauby. Back out to Sawyer to Sapp, three ball. No good, bounced around a few times on the iron. Did not want to drop. Good couple of looks there for the Storm. Three ball by Griffin, no good. Defensive rebound, Arnold. Arnold now moving in transition. Out to Sapp, three ball. Good! Good assist there by Arnold. As Sapp's up to 8 on the night. Storm down 11. Sweetser gets called for the foul as Alexander makes her layup, so she'll shoot her and one. That's Sweetster's first. Sorry, second. Team's fourth. Alexander missed her free throw. Storm now moving in transition. Arnold, the stop and pop, good. And the turnover by St. Louis Park. Good defense there by the Storm, causing the turnover. Sawyer. Running point now for the Storm. She's in the corner. Up to Sapp. Sapp gets it down to Lauby, who gets it to Sweetster. Jumper. No good. As Arnold was bringing the pressure, then lays off. Hegdahl to Ousted. And Sawyer gets called for the body. Down low. So Griffin will shoot two. Looked like Sawyer's feet were set down there. Griffin misses her first as Hicks checks in for Sawyer. Second one no good. Offensive board by Harden. Her putback no good. Arnold. Lefty layup gets blocked. Out of bounds. Storm ball. Oh no, they called the foul on Alexander. Sorry, Griffin. Her third. Arnold will shoot two now. Her first one drops. As does her second. Perfect from the line tonight with 6 points. 4 of them actually coming from the line. And a charge, or a moving screen, is called on Reese. That's her second. Team 6, so both teams away. Sorry, both teams just one foul away from being in the bonus. 9:04 remaining in this contest. Storm down 9. Hicks finds Arnold. Pump fake, drive. She goes up, gets fouled, so she'll shoot two. Storm now in the bonus. And the foul is called on Ousted. She makes her first. And Arnold's second drops. So Alexander checks in for Griffin, and Alexander is having a career night. 17 points, her career and season high. And she's only averaging 8.2 a game coming into this matchup, as she scores another one, making that 19. And while Griffin's averaging 11.4, she only has 4 as Hicks drains the corner 3. Good find there by Sweetster. Storm down 6. Hand off to Reese. She loses it. Hicks picks it up. Hicks finds Sapp. Sapp to Arnold. Dishes it back to Sapp, who gets it to Hicks at the top of the key. Down to Lauby. Lauby goes up strong. Basket good. Great find there by Hicks. Lauby's at 5 on the night. Storm down 4. Great defense there by Arnold. She gets it up to Sapp. Layup too strong off the glass. So the defensive rebound falls to Reese. As Hegdahl misses, but that is Harden who got the putback. Missed it and drew the foul on Sweetster, so Harden will shoot 2. Harden makes her first as Brasted checks in for Sweetster. Storm down 5. And now 6. Aaron goes perfect from the line. Orioles just 14 for 21 from the line tonight. Brasted to Hicks. Hicks to Arnold. Sapp down to Hicks. Hicks down to Lauby. Hands it off to Hicks. Back to Lauby, wide open, layup good. Great look there by Hicks, and she is fired up. Storm within 4, 6:50 remaining in the game. And the foul is called on Arnold. Late call there. And so Schmitz will shoot 1 and 1. Schmidt's first one does not go, so Arnold grabs the rebound. She gets it to Hicks. Hicks to Sapp. Hands it off to Brasted. Brasted drives to Lauby. Lauby shoots, too strong. And Alexander pulls down the defensive board. That was Lauby's first miss of the night from the field. Storm still down 4. Ousted has it down low, working against Sapp, down on the block. And a timeout's called by St. Louis Park. So both teams still have 4 timeouts left with 5:59 left. We'll be right back. Do not go anywhere. Coming out of that timeout, St. Louis Park barely gets it in. Almost hit the 5-second violation. Storm bench trying to rally their players on the court. Great defensive work right here by the Storm. 3 ball by Harden, no good. Defensive rebound, Brasted. She's moving in transition. She goes up for the layup, and she'll shoot 2. She'll shoot 1 and 1. Wow, Alexander gets called for the body there. That's her second, team's 8th. So Brasted will go up for 1 and 1 at the line. Brasted missed her first. Hegdahl and Reese check in now for the Orioles. Brasted misses her second as Reese pulls down the defensive board. Hegdahl running point for the Orioles. Fouls called as Alexander was going up. Fouls called on Arnold. Her second, team's 9th, so just 1 away for the Orioles till they're in double bonus. Storm still 2 fouls away for being in double bonus. First one, no good. Second one good for Alexander. So it's now a 5-point lead for the Orioles. As Arnold falls down. No call, but the timeout's called by Kayla Walsh. Storm need to regain momentum. Down 5. 5:10 remaining in this game. St. Louis Park showing an all full court press. And Alexander tips it out of bounds. Storm would have broken it. Just a little more power under that ball. And Lavi pretty much would have had a wide open lane. Arnold to Hicks. To Brasted, back to Hicks. And Hicks gets called for the travel. She had Hicks open, cutting to the basket, but decided not to go for it. And then her foot just moved just a little bit. And the ref saw that. I saw it from up here. So the Storm still down 5. 4:45 remaining. This game, Hegdahl to Harden. Back to Hegdahl to Harden. Harden now to Hegdahl. To Harden. 30 seconds have just been killed off by the Orioles. Looks like they'll just try to kill off as much time as possible. Hegdahl now drives. As she goes up, she gets fouled by Brasted, I believe. Yep, it is Brasted, so she'll shoot 2. That's Brasted's 3rd. So now St. Louis Park is in double bonus for the rest of the night. First one hits off the front of the rim and in as Giles checks in for Brasted. Second one drops as well. 7-point game. Arnold turns it over. And then Harden gets the and one call. So she'll shoot 1 after Arnold picks up her 3rd foul. All 3 fouls for Arnold coming in the second half. So Harden to make it a 10-point game. And she does so. Giles gets the inbound to Hicks. Hicks gets it poked away, but it's still St. Louis Park ball. Looked like it was tipped out of bounds by St. Louis Park, and refs are saying that Hicks just lost possession. Hegdahl up to Reese. Coach Walsh wanted the pressure on defense. As Alexander drives, no good. Lobby now breaking the press. To Giles, to Sapp. And Reese gets it poked away. Sapp passes it in for the Storm. Finds Hicks in the corner. Hicks, the 3. No good. Defensive board. Hegdahl. Giles working against Hegdahl. Almost stolen by Hicks. Great hustle there on defense. And SOP will maintain possession. Alexander almost gets it poked away again by Hicks. As Harden drives, finger roll layup no good. Defensive rebound Arnold, but it is a jump ball, so the alternating possession will stay with the Orioles. And Alexander falls to her feet, but she'll shoot 2 now. As the foul is on Lauby, it was a push from behind, they were saying. I didn't see much there. But then again, Alexander now shooting 2. Alexander makes her first, 240. She makes her second, making it a 12-point game. Arnold inbounds it to Hicks. Tries to find Lauby, but another turnover. 3 ball by Ousted. No good. Rebound Lauby. She gets it up to Hicks. Hicks, cross-court pass to Sapp, the 3. Rattles in and out. Laube gets the offensive board to Hicks. Hicks goes up, gets the layup. Hicks fell hard to the floor. No call, though. Hicks at 15. Storm down 10. Ousted drives, but will shoot 2 now as Sapp gets called for the body foul. That's Sapp's third. Ousted makes her first. And second. Arnold inbounding it for the Storm. Gives it up to Laube, who then hands it off to Hicks, who gets it to Sapp. No good. And the foul on the other end by Arnold. That's her fourth. And Sawyer will check in, replacing Arnold. Looks like all ball to me, but Reese will shoot 2. Reese makes her first as Sawyer replaces Arnold. Reese missed her second. Laube with the rebound. Laube, too strong of a pass. She turns it over. Storm still bringing the pressure on defense. And the foul's on Elena Giles. So now Alexander will shoot 2. Alexander makes her first. Missed her second. Offensive board by Harden. And Sapp fouls. Storm down 14. I think it's a little too late now to foul for the Storm. Hegdahl misses her first. Makes her second, making this a 15-point game. SLP still on the press, despite being up 15. Sawyer drives, layup no good. Remains Storm's possession. Laube to Hicks, the 3. Good! Hicks having a great night. Just 1 point away from her career high. She has gotten a season high, now at 18. Sapp fouls, and she'll be done for the night. So Arnold will check in for Sapp. Sapp, 8 points on the night. So a good night for her. Hegdahl misses her first. and misses her second, and she gets her own miss. Timeout's called by White. St. Louis Park calling their second timeout. And it will be St. Louis Park coming out of this timeout. We'll be back in a minute. St. Louis Park inbounding from their own baseline. Ousted, guarded tightly by Hicks. Ousted is rolling around on the ground. Alternate possession goes in favor of the Storm. So Giles on the inbound now for the Storm. She'll inbound it to Arnold. Arnold up to Sawyer. To Giles. To Hicks. Back to Arnold. Giles now. Up to Lauby. Lauby hands it off to Hicks. She goes up. No good. And the defensive rebound by Alexander. And St. Louis Park will dribble this clock out as the Storm fall to the Orioles, as the Orioles sweep the Storm for the second season in a row. Storm, you know, they had a lot of good opportunities. They could have won that game. Many missed opportunities, many missed layups. That wasn't a great night shooting, but team played well as a team, and they will travel up to Buffalo on Tuesday, a week from today, and then they will host New Prague on Friday. I'm Owen Slindy again. Tyler Potenza on stats. Ryan Salmons producing. Don't forget to join us Friday for Chaska Cham Boys Hockey. It'll be a good one. I'll be joined by Eric Krauschner from the Chaska Herald, so don't miss that one. Good night and roll Storm.